Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello everybody, welcome to another day of StarCraft 2. Today we will be having InZaNe versus ArT. Two amazing players, both of a very high caliber, of course. The professional standards. Maybe not the best right now, of course, but still very, very strong and very, very cool still to see play. It kind of means that, you know what? Maybe we'll learn more, because you know what, it's gonna be more applicable to plebs like us a little bit slightly, right? Some of these other players right now, they're just on a whole different level, like Cyril and stuff. You see them playing, you're just like, well, I guess I just gotta learn how to grow 2 more arms to do everything at once, as he is doing. Because I don't see a way how I can do this otherwise. But yeah, the other players that we are going to be seeing here today, of course, still very good, very quick, very strong. And I'm just stoked. I'm just stoked overall. ArT, honestly, I really do think he is a very strong Protoss player. And he's, you know what? He's probably my favorite right now to watch. Maybe that's just me hyping it up right now, but... Anyway, InZaNe as well, of course, a very strong and very cool opponent to watch. He is the Terran, and that is just already something great in my book. I unbuttoned the first thing of my blouse here, as since this morning. I decided to be a little bit more casual. Maybe I'm going to take it off eventually, who knows. I do have a sweater under here as well. There's a way to do the Korean casting there. Or the casting with the Korean tournaments this morning. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a pretty cool one. It was the BJ Destruction Team League. We got to cast the Grand Finals. It was a lot of fun. And it was a great series as well. Right now, I'm just kind of stalling for time. But as I was saying, with this story time, I suppose I'm just going to continue on the story time. It's kind of cold in my room right now. I'm trying not to use as much heating as I would normally, in a way. You know, if I just wear a sweater, I don't need as much heat. So I thought, you know what, I could just put on a thick sweater, and then over that I can wear a blouse, or however this is called. This is I think it is, right? A manly blouse. I don't know what the words are. Something like that. Anyway, looks like ArT finally did get online here as well. I'm just gonna start making the lobby here. Let me see, what would be a good map here for a TVP to start things off with? Should we just do World of Sleepers? Try and get a big macro game to tire them out. tuck the boys out right from the get-go. I think there might be an okay one. Maybe we should Triton, maybe a little bit rough. Nice. Eternal Empire. I hear people like Eternal Empire a lot. A lot of people think this map's pretty good. It's okay. But you know what? Nah, let's just go with Water Sleepers. Just because we can. All right, all the mods are in order. All right. At least it should be. It should be a best of 9 here. As the Alpha Pro Series usually are. Anyway, yeah. It's gonna be rough and insane for sure. ArT, a very strong opponent here. We're just waiting for ArT to hop in here as well. He's always been a little bit slower with his booting up of the PC. Also, I need to probably lower the volume ever so slightly again, because I did have to change this around for the other one. Alright, there we go. Probably could have done a little bit more prepping for this. My apologies, guys, but I wanted to do some StarCraft too. I actually played some StarCraft. I was horrible. I sucked. I pissed my pants a couple of times, thinking like I'm about to die, and I did die a couple of times. Yes, it did happen, and now I'm here. Now I'm ready. I had to eat really quickly as well, actually. But it looks like we're all set up, ready to go. As soon as ArT is here. There he is. He joined in the lobby. Let me get rid of this one. Both players are here. Looks like they, well, they are all ready. Alright. There we go. We switched to NA freak. What? Started NA right now. Is that insane? InZaNe? I don't think so, right? InZaNe is the German Terran player. I'm pretty sure neither of these players is in NA. I think ArT is just cheesing me. I think he's just, well, a caster cheesing, I suppose you could call it. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about this one, guys. It's gonna be a pretty darn good one. I've always loved seeing ArT as Protoss, even though I'm a Terran. I like seeing ArT demolish Terrans, just because he is so incredibly good at doing, you know, that stuff in particular. Wait, that's the wrong one. In-game overlay. There we go. That's back again. Alright. In the top right side of the map, we have the green German Terran player. He is from Team OP Energy Esports. He's InZaNe. His opponent in the bottom left side, it's the pink Polish Protoss. Our pink Polish Protoss player. He is known as ArT. Lovely fella. Always a good time with him. And InZaNe here, starting off with a banger. It looks like a barracks right here, just outside of ArT's base. It's just a single barracks, nothing too major. But at the same time, he's putting on a barracks at his home base as well. It looks like that one is the one that is a little bit delayed here. Because of all of this. And also the gas maybe perhaps a little bit later here. Due to this, so I'm not sure if he's gonna have enough gas to start making Reapers out of both these places. I'm kind of interested in seeing what his plan is. Maybe he's just gonna put down a tech lab here or something and start making some Marauders with concussive shell. I think that might be the way for him to go here. Is ArT realizing that this barracks might be a little bit later here? I don't think he does. You know what? There is the Nexus already now being produced. And a tech lab. Tech lab for InZaNe. You know what? I feel very smart right now. Getting better and better at analyzing things. He's making a Marine here. The Marine would be kind of a giveaway here that something cheeky might be up for ArT, as there's no Reaper, of course, meaning that there's not really that much gas spent there, first of all, right? So where else is that gas being spent? And also, you're not going to be able to scout really with a Marine, so why wouldn't you scout? Well, maybe it's because you're doing a big fancy sort of aggression here. The Marine is necessary though as well at the same time to keep that probe away from this expansion. Because if that probe does see that there in fact is a expansion coming, he knows that he's kind of a little bit more safe. If he doesn't see anything coming up, then he knows he's in a lot of trouble. And that is why he sent out that probe, seeing that there is in fact the barracks there forcing InZaNe's hand. Now having to move out here. Two Marauders rushing forwards. But SCV did get targeted down. I don't know if there's more SCVs. Okay, there we go. Two more SCVs on the way over. Perhaps a little bit of a delay here with that bunker, but it might not matter. Ultimately, there they go. Alright, continuing onward with that building process. ArT definitely wanted to kind of take that one out. It looked like poking away a little bit here and there. So yeah, the Nexus is in a lot of trouble. That shield battery over here on the high ground is telling me that ArT is just gonna sack this base. It does not. Oh my dear lord, his own Stalker friendly, killing his own other Stalker. And you know what, this might actually start snowballing very quickly out of control as the shield battery is empty. And InZaNe, the cheeky player that he is looking like he will be able to take the earlier lead here. Although maybe I've spoken too quickly. Immortal does make an appearance, and that base is still up as well. Should be able to target that one down if he does so desire, but you know what, from the bunker it's safe to shoot down the Immortal as well. There we go, there is the Nexus now falling. Second Immortal on the way. So ArT, yeah, kind of stabilizing here a little bit on this high ground vicinity with the two Immortals now and his shield battery there. It's, you know what, InZaNe, yeah, he has a good follow-up here it seems. Most likely will be the cloaked Banshee play afterwards. You know, I kind of like that one. In fact, does appear to be a good choice. You're not going to be making Stalkers to defend against those Concussive Shell Marauders. You're going to be making, well, most likely the Immortals. War Prism. Even Zealots, I think, do better than the Stalkers, even though they, you know what, well, maybe not exactly, but they take more damage, I suppose, from the Marauder. They still can be kited quite heavily, but overall still, they tank a lot of damage, and that means the Immortals have more time to just keep shooting at those Marauders. Here is the Liberator on the way as well, as the War Prism now moving out. The barracks just checking out what is what, seeing... Actually, wow, he did not go for any type of Banshee here. He's just gonna go for the Liberator, actually. I just realized. Still a solid choice, though, of course. As his command center now in a little bit of trouble. He really does not want to cancel this one. And has managed to safeguard it for now. He's gonna repair that one. Is gonna want to repair that one. I suppose that's a sentence, right? It's a pretty solid sentence anyway. The double Immortal drop trying to fly into the Liberator there. Fortunately, that did not work out. Oh yeah, there he goes. Actually, getting past the Stalkers there. And the sentries too. So maybe a little bit out of position, but they can rotate quickly into the base here as well. Should be okay. Should be absolutely fine. Looks like he's going to even pull probes. I also think it's worth it. He loses 3. You know what? Maybe pulling away a couple of them might have been okay, but just the area over there where the Liberator was, but not too shabby, not too shabby. Now, overall, as this game continues onwards, I don't know if anyone really has a massive advantage right now. Maybe InZaNe, just because, you know what, actually, yeah, I think InZaNe is a little bit ahead. Perhaps slightly so. Does have a couple more workers. As a Terran, of course, that's quite a big deal, because you still have the mules. And that army supply is absolutely massive. Oh my god. And it's moving across the map now. You know what, yeah, this is going to be very rough. This is going to be incredibly rough. The Dark Templars are being created here. We need to keep our eye on the energy of these command centers. It looks like he is going to get close to one scan right here. Is he going to just throw down mules? I mean, if you're going to pull the SCVs towards the front line, you're more likely to be using mules at home to make up for that. Force fields here, just trying to buy time. Not even really cutting up the army here. Trying to take the force on bit by bit. Just trying to buy as much time as possible. Another bunker in the same location. The bunker's back again. It's like a zit that you just can't get rid of. Anyway, this is a lot of damage now. The Dark Templar, where are they? Alright, now, just Zealots being warped in, actually. Yeah, we're not seeing any of the Dark Templar making their appearance. A nice drop from the Warpers in behind, though, but they do get picked out of the sky. And it looks like ArT may have fallen here. GG is called. InZaNe takes the first map. Very, very well played there by our German Terran, Mr. Andre. InZaNe killing of the his Polish counterpart. That is the Protoss player. Alright, that means that ArT is going to be able to pick the map here. And he picks Eternal. Alright, there we go. Let me take a look. Eternal Empire. You know what, that's kind of the map I wanted to start on. But seeing that ArT wants to play on this map, first of all, kind of gives me the feeling that it's a good thing I didn't create this one right from the get-go. Right. You know what, I should just make a party here. Might as well make things easier on us. Get things a little bit quicker in. Right, and there we go. Lovely, lovely stuff. Okay. Back into the lobby. Ready. Ready. InZaNe is ready. ArT is a go. And that means we're gonna just start up the game. Once again. Lovely stuff. Alright. Let me just double check as well with the Team Liquid pages and stuff. I don't know what's wrong with me today, guys. I'm sure I will get on top of my vocabulary pretty shortly. Pronunciation will be back in order in no time, I promise. That's a promise, Mr. Frodo, a promise! Anyway, here we go. Game number 2, Eternal Empire. Wow, that opened up quite quickly. Alright. In the top right side, we have the one and only Alpha X player. Is the pink Polish Protoss. He is ArT. We do have multiple Polish Protoss actually in our team, but ArT really is the pink one. Like, he always gets the pink colors. Sometimes, you know what? Some of Rodsin also gets pink sometimes, I believe, but ArT though. He has made a name for himself using that color, in my book anyway. His opponents, one game ahead right now, in the green. He is the Terran player from Germany. And from Team OP Energy Esports. He's InZaNe. Time has been bought. Oh, look at that. The color changes of the ground thing as depending on where you're looking at. Crazy. How did I never notice this before? Is yellow is blue. Is yellow is blue. Fantastic. Alright. ArT, what are you doing, buddy? What is your plan now? Looking to get himself a quick nexus here, it would appear. He's checking and he wants to see that barracks, but the barracks not at the front door. Might make him panic here a little bit. Doesn't make the nexus actually in his home base. And immediately goes for the Zealot. Oh my god, still not seeing this one here. That is so unfortunate. Sees that there are SCVs here. Alright, so he does see the command center coming down. That should be the sign that he is not being all in. He's still having to check though. He's sending even 2 probes here to check both locations at the same time. And yeah, this is delaying his commands or Nexus by quite a bit here. Alright. A nice little mind game right from the get-go. Where ArT does get thrown off quite a bit here. And the one-base Protoss is not really something you ever see anymore. Back in the day when 4 gates used to be all the rage. It's quite a big thing. I don't think that's the way to go anymore. Neither does ArT. ArT throwing down that Nexus here. This is pretty nice. I mean, he made this Zealot. Might as well try to make use of it. I would love for him to kill off this SCV. There you go. That's a good start. Maybe... Oh, look at that. Even delaying this a little bit here. InZaNe. Is he going to continue on with that bunker? Yeah, he is. Okay. Nice micro here. Beautiful micro, actually, from our Terran player. Oh, that was close. But now with the Reaper here as well. The Zealot could potentially move in here as well. Disrupt some more mining here in the main base. Up until the point where the Reaper kills him. Reapers take a long time killing a Zealot though. There we go. Can he get him? No, just a couple of them here. So in total, 2 SCVs dying there. It's a small, tiny victory. Considering that his command center or Nexus was that much slower than the command center. So once again, we're seeing this starport being created with a tac lab a little bit further along the way. Most likely will be the siege tanks again. Oh, force fields not gonna be here in time. A Reaper and a Hellion returning the favor. And might be able to kill off 3 probes as well. 3 is the magic number here. There's even a song written about it, if I'm not mistaken. Number 3. Takes 3 legs to make a table or a tripod stand. And it only takes 3 worker kills to make your opponent fall over. But I suppose if they're both falling over here, they're both on the ground and the fight continues as a wrestling match, I suppose. Banshee on the way this time. No, I really wasn't expecting the Banshee anymore, especially with the tac lab being that far forwards. This time actually going to be the case. ArT though knocking on his front door here. Does he have the stuff that he really requires to hold this back? A lot of Stalkers here are gonna be pretty capable of dealing with a Banshee as long as he doesn't have to cloak, so... I mean, the time is ticking a little bit here for ArT. Can his control keep up with this micro here? Oh, needs to keep loading in and out of that warp prison and keep his low HP units in the back here. Getting the Banshee. Oh my god, it's so close. Cloak is on the way here. He needs to get that. Oh no, actually he has an Observer now, so he's okay. It's going to be pretty solid here. Interesting force field being used, not allowing any of those SCVs to go back to work anytime soon. I would love to see another force field here. Oh, he just barely misses it. Very unfortunate. Where is the Observer? The Observer went a little bit too far forwards, and now the Banshee's just free shooting here for such an incredible long time. Oh, needs to stay out of range of that siege tank as well, though. Getting caught there by quite a lot of Stalks being killed off, but 22 workers do get killed. 22 workers. That is a crazy amount of workers there. And ArT now, look at that. 42 versus 23. What else could you want as a Protoss, or as a Protoss player? Even lifting up the command center here. A single 2 SCVs coming out trying to save this. And ArT not being too greedy either, so just losing a single 1 more Stalker. It's alright, it's alright. He can just kind of go back now at home, tack up to something else and try to poke in again at some later point. He might even try to take a third base from this point onwards. I just really hope he knows the amount of damage that he's dealt there, because it is very significant. I doubt that he doesn't have a clue. Like, he should know what's up, right? He should know what's happening here. And actually, he's gonna go for the Adept Glaives. Probably ramp up the aggression here a little bit more so. Our Stalker's in a little bit of trouble. Killing off 4 more workers, I mean, why the hell not? 28 now in total already, having gone down before it's the 8-minute mark. That's very impressive. And the Banshee here trying to, well, repay ArT for his troubles, but the shield battery there, ready to negate anything happening there. Marines, hello? That is kind of interesting. Maybe a little bit of a micro there. Mismanagement of the unit movements, but a lot of crazy things were happening there, to be fair. Making it difficult to make sure that none of your units are doing some weird stuff. Alright. Now ArT, what is his plan? Following up. He's making more gateways. There are the Adepts. He's getting Blink as well. Maybe he's just trying to... He's just trying to get most of the upgrades here. Because it is kind of one of those pick your own adventure type of games now, it feels like, right? InZaNe though, I mean, he's still in this game, and that's for a reason as well. He just needs a good trade or two, and potentially he might be back in this, right? Taking out a War Prism there. Fortunately for him, it was empty though, so nothing really too majorly being picked off there, but oh my dear lord, all these bio units now caught out on the map. It's gonna be very rough, and with all these Adepts here, losing those bio forces there, not the greatest thing now. Reinforcing this army is gonna be very difficult for ArT because the War Prism did get taken out. But still, I mean, that's just gonna give InZaNe a fighting chance. This is still going to be very, very difficult for him to hold if ArT does decide to push in. And in fact, you know what? He's satisfied with having that third base lifting up here and moving away. He does not want to commit to a fight when he doesn't have his War Prism there. Which, you know what, is the safe play here, I have to say. Robotics Bay instead gonna get created here. Most likely it will be the Colossus. Gonna be put out on the map here. Banshee's still around as well. Very important too, to keep those potential threats alive for as long as you can. Especially in these types of situations where you're just behind overall in the series so far. Wow, ArT actually straight up going for the Disruptors here. Oh, beautiful lift up there. From those Adepts. The Adepts are shooting the army units here so far. 7 workers going down though as well. A lot because of those siege tanks also shooting at the SCVs, of course. 8 now going down. Adepts every which angle. There is a counter attack happening at the same time, but with the Disruptor and this amount of Stalkers and Adepts there, it doesn't look like InZaNe is going to be able to make anything happen here. And you know what? ArT is looking to be the victor so far. I mean, more workers getting killed. The army of InZaNe being thwarted. Once again, everything looking in favor for ArT here. Upgrade-wise, upgrades also gonna be in favor for ArT at least. He is making a lot of Disruptors. I'm not sure if I like this amount of Disruptors without any Colossus there as well. We're gonna have to wait and see if that has any impact on this situation. InZaNe, I mean, he is really trying here. As long as he can dodge these disruptor shots. Ooh, that was a rough one. Starting down the disruptors here pretty nicely, but I mean, there's still so much Protoss remaining. He needs another answer against this. The Widowmine's actually seeming to be the answer here. Great connections there. And now the army of ArT on the run. InZaNe, is he doing this? Is he bringing us back from the brinks of destruction? Oh my dear lord. Well, I mean, he's gonna have to, because his main base is in quite a lot of trouble. If he is actually gonna win this one, his army supply is pretty bonkers, especially considering that a lot of that army supply of ArT is on the opposite side of the map here. He is very, very, very far behind on that supply count. 2 gateways as well being disabled, making life even more difficult for ArT here. Another disruptor, cannot afford to let that one get into a weird position. Right, one siege tank getting taken out. There goes the disruptor as well immediately. This base looks like it will get cleaned up. So far, InZaNe also having saved his own base, but losing 40 workers in the process though. For all the damage that InZaNe took in the early parts of the game, I mean, this is he's doing an amazing job so far. Keeping himself going strong here. Right, Blinkstock seem to have had enough of this situation. They're coming in, trying to get rid of those Liberators. The Zealots charging forwards. While Prism trying to get the Disruptors in a position to get the massive connections that they need. And InZaNe, I mean, that army may have been able to be pushed backwards, but another one is already on the way. And that army supply count, I mean, it's still in favor for InZaNe. I don't know how exactly, because he is behind on like 6 times the amount of workers here. One good disruptor shot could be the end of things, but who is it though? It might be. A lot of the army of InZaNe is still marching across the map here. 2 Liberators as well joining up. And a great pickup once again from ArT, safeguarding most of his units. InZaNe, is he going to be able to break ArT here? I highly doubt it. He's going to need a miracle, honestly. If ArT tries to push into weird places like that, maybe, but yeah, doesn't look like it will be the case here. InZaNe has just been making this work off of 12 workers, guys. What are we watching? How is he doing this? How is he being this cost efficient when he has... Like, look at this. He's still trading pretty favorably. Pretty alright. Ever since. Like, I mean, I guess that's the way you need to do this. Just keep trading favorably. Don't take bad engagements. Don't get hit with your entire army by a single disruptor shot. Keep killing the disruptors here. Look at that. Disruptor moving forward. Blam! Taken out immediately. Alright, this is it though. He can't recuperate here. But yeah, that was a really good game from InZaNe there. He stayed in that for a long time. When he probably didn't really have anything to say anymore about that game. Alright, but that means InZaNe this time is going to be able to have the map pick. Let's take a look what his choice will be. Let's take a look. Triton, alright. I mean, that's another map I was considering doing as the first one. ArT seems very happy with this choice. Either happy or googly-eyed. I don't know, I'm not sure. Either that or he has glasses now because of this. Maybe it's like him saying it's an educated decision. That could be. I have no idea what he means. I'm not that great with the overall... thingamajigs of interpreting other people's emojis. Anyway, ready and go has been called. Guys, before I forget, there is a Matcherino page. If you wouldn't mind, there is a code. And there is the... Wait, did I not update this? I swear I did. Alright, well, let me do that right now then. There is a little message above the... oh god. I did it too many... Alright, there we go. There's a little message above the thingamajig. Wait, what is happening here? We are still good, right? Maybe I just gotta refresh this. Hold up. The game has started here as well. Oh god. It's 1-1. That's good. Alright, yeah, okay, we're good. Oh, it did update. Okay, good. Looks like we're okay. Anyway, it's above the chat. Go check it out. There's a code. There's a website. Go to it, grab the code towards the website, fill it in, and give free money to the esports side of the world. Alright, anyway. Doing some introductions here because things are gonna, well, looks like they are gonna get heated rather quickly here. In the top left side, we have a pink Polish Protoss. He is from Alpha X. He is ArT. And his opponent just slightly underneath him, actually, in the base, also to the top left side of the map. He is the German Terran player from a team. I forgot the name for a moment. Hold up. OP Energy Esports. He is InZaNe. Now, is he gonna be able to make something work here this time around? He does have the gas. He does have the double barracks here on the other side. He's making Marines first of all, which is very interesting. Not always the decision you see being made here. The Marines are not the greatest unit against the early game gateway units. It's still also only a 2 racks, so it's not as weird as it sounds. A great investment overall. Of course, it does give a little bit of an opportunity perhaps for ArT to do a counter aggression if he does manage to thwart this attack in the early parts. Insane though. Maybe it was because of those scary moments in that previous game that he realized, you know what, I do not want to go late game with this guy. I just want to kill him straight up. And who can blame him? Maybe he's just looking to end the best of 9 a little bit quicker. That could be the case as well. Alright, into the bunker he goes. And, well, I mean, this is pretty successful. Once again, we're seeing shield batteries up on the high ground, though. This is less all-in than the previous one that we saw. With the Marauders, of course, the Concussive Shell putting down a tech lab on the other side of the map. InZaNe killing off that Nexus is gonna feel like he will have done enough here for him. And ArT's actually realizing that it doesn't look like this attack will be continuing on for a very long time. So he's just cancelling one of those shield batteries.
Add-on
and letting the Nexus die here. Let me quickly actually lower this just in case and get my stuff in order here. There we go. Okay, well, I mean, barracks is gonna burn down. The Nexus, well, it exploded. And these stocks now gonna have to trade a little bit of shield energy here now and again for some extra damage on those bunkers. The Oracle, it has its work cut out for him, especially with the Cyclone on the prowl already. Coming out right from the door. Oh, InZaNe not jumping on top of that opportunity here. And the Oracle now open hunting season, boys. There it is. Absolutely amazing amounts of damage can be dealt here. So far 3, and recalling the Oracle here is okay. That is on time. That's not too bad. Really pretty good. I think InZaNe realized how much he's actually getting done with these bunkers, so he brought over a SCV to start repairing them as well. ArT realizing you cannot let that that happen, really, and trying to take that out before that happens. Oh, a couple of Marines though on the outside of the bunker now. Exterior. Ooh, Canuckus here. Welcome, buddy. I think my chat was just not working for a really long time. Right, InZaNe He did quite a bit of damage here. He's killing off more Stalkers as well. If we look at the overall resources lost, I mean, that's pretty clear who's in favor there. ArT needs to get these Stalkers buffed up again with the shield battery. Unfortunately, though, the more healthy ones were in front and the weaker ones were in the back. Oh, wow. Beautiful use of the high ground vision there from InZaNe. Getting himself another Stalker kill there, and quite a bit of HP damage on that other Stalker. And here's the Oracle now coming in. Oh, that's pretty neat. That's pretty fun. Little trap right on top of the... I don't think you can land here now, can you? Can you? Is this a thing that happens? Is it blocked? It is. It's blocked. And in come the SCVs. Oh, actually, never mind. They don't touch it yet, so... That's pretty good. Now we can land. Okay. Very good, good read by InZaNe. And proper reaction. You know, you may actually, if you do this, if you put it a little bit more towards the left, the SCV might get statused in a place where you can't land your command sensor as well. That would be pretty funny. InZaNe, he is still going for it though. The aggression is never ending with this one. A Banshee coming along the side path here. Blink has been constructed though, so ArT, he does have the tools here to deal with this, but... There's the next question. He doesn't have a observer right now. It is on the way, so the Banshee does have a little bit of free reign here for a short, brief moment in time. The probes are not being pulled away. There is the observer. The observer, though. The observer, though. Oh, not really running here in time, and that's quite a couple of probe kills as well. 7 probe kills for a single Banshee. That is a very good trade here. InZaNe probably very happy with that one. Probably got 1 or 2 more... well, maybe even 3 more, because that observer there not being waypointed correctly, unfortunately. Like, the tiniest of thing here does get to be a punishment here for ArT. But then again, I mean, ArT's still in a pretty okay work account. I mean, he's getting that 3rd base up, right? InZaNe, it looks like he's more so focused on a 2-base attack right now, and then securing a 3rd base behind that instead of just going for a very quick 3rd base, which is another thing we've been seeing Terrans do a little bit more recently. Scrappy series indeed. I really do like these games though, where you have the weird initial aggression, like a proxy or something like that. It does some damage. It doesn't really straight up kill your opponent, but it creates these games where both players are just a little bit in the dark as to what is happening, right? It's no longer your cookie cutting type of game. It's no longer as easy to follow as it would be normally, because there's so much stuff that happens beforehand that it is, you know, it just becomes more difficult to read the situations that your opponent might be in. ArT once again deciding to opt to go for those disruptors here, actually. I'm not sure if that, you know what, I'm the biggest fan here. I don't think I am. But, I mean, as long as ArT likes to use them, I suppose I'll just have to convert to being a fan. Because that's just the way it goes. The big move out here is the 2-base attack. We're not seeing any SCVs being constructed. Okay, there is the 3rd base, actually. So I want to say that a little bit too quickly, but still gonna go for the economy behind this as well. These 4 siege tanks are also gonna start to get into a position here. Disruptor shot, a little bit short of the bio forces here. And the siege tank setting up in between these bases. A very lovely position. Pretty reasonable force shoots though. A lot of zealots with charge coming on in. Now, reasonable disruptor here. The disruptors need to move backwards though. And that is GG. Yeah, InZaNe just having too much of an army there, too much of a force. A little bit unfortunate. That means InZaNe. I mean, the proxy just worked out in that sense. Can't really say too much about that one, guys. He did quite a bit of damage and made things rather difficult for ArT. Ephemeron will be our next map choice. Game number 4 already. That is, we're going quick, guys. We are in it for the for the sprint here, it seems. Anyway, how are we all doing? Hope we're having a lovely time. Might as well do a little bit of a shout out. Why the hell not? Because you know what? We have some amazing sponsors, and those sponsors, they help us getting all these events rolling. And without them, we wouldn't really be here. So if you want to help us out, maybe support one of our sponsors as well. GameStop is, for example, a top destination for, well, pretty much all your esports needs. If you want to try to find some top headsets, maybe some controllers, mice, keyboards, stuff to really enhance your competitive advantage in all sorts of games, of course, go check them out at gamestop.com/highperformance. I'm not going to be playing here for InZaNe. Alright. And, yeah, we are gonna head on into this next game. Let me take a look, guys. I'm just gonna show you for a moment here. We do have the Matcherino page. Now, if you don't know how a Matcherino page works, you just kind of click on this, and then you choose whatever you want, right? Whatever, it's fine. Any type of account that you're logged into on your web browser, you can just click it. It will log in for you. You can press contribute, and you use the code APS142, I believe, and you press contribute. And it says I've already used the code APS142, so I can't do it anymore. But that is pretty much everything you need to do here if you do want to help out these boys and want to make us happy by supporting the esports scene. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Anyway, another way by doing it, of course, is just by watching, staying in touch with the rest of us, talking a little bit about the games here and there. Actually, talking about that, let me put my chat back up here. Alright, in the bottom right side of the map, we have a pink Polish Protoss from Alpha X. He is ArT. And let me take a look. There we go. I am really bad with names, guys. It is from OP Energy Esports, the German Red Terran this time around. He is InZaNe. Lovely, lovely stuff. All right. I'm just looking at this game right now, guys. Kind of curious what will happen here. Command center, yes. Nexus. You know what I'm missing, kind of in a way, right? I don't see a proxy here. I'm not seeing a proxy happening anywhere. Is InZaNe actually slowing down the overall games? Or are we seeing a speed run still happening here? With just a 2-base aggression, who knows? No, a 2-base aggression is what we've been seeing anyway, a lot from the TVP series, of course, but maybe it's going to be a little bit more all-in. Maybe we're going to see SCVs being pulled. Because other than that, I mean, InZaNe playing a little bit casual, right? Compared to the previous ones, of course. A little bit macro-orientated. ArT at the same time as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure that he loves to do the macro games anyway. Let's take a look. We have the robotics facility as tech choice as well here from ArT. Starport factory and the reacted barracks here, just about to be producing. So other than that, yeah, not much happening yet. Ooh, Hellions actually. Just a single Hellion. Sorry about that. fixing the overall thing. I'm not sure if that was a mistake. A single Hellion, that is very interesting. What do you use a single Hellion for? Is this just mostly for scouting around, looking around on the map, trying to find stuff that is walking around, like these adepts, for example? It could be. I mean, a single Hellion, yeah, Normally you do see a lot of like triple Hellions or even quadruple, right? And then just using those to one-shot probe lines. Either that or you do see a lot more of the, you know what, this is actually scouting quite a bit here. So basically he just made a Hellion instead of like using a scan, for example, to get this scout up. Maybe it was because he did lose that that Reaper here. And it's still going as well. That's not too shabby. I mean, he saw everything he needed to, right? He saw the robo, he saw the gateway count, he saw the gas count as well, I believe. Let's take a look if he did. Oh, actually, he missed this gas count, so maybe he was trying to still get there, but with the adepts there denying his that vision, perhaps going elsewhere instead. 3 adepts coming through here with 3 more adepts in the War Prism, so InZaNe is gonna have to start prepping his defenses at the same time, especially because he has these, well, 2 Widow Mines in the medevac loaded up, trying to do a little bit of aggression here. ArT not paying attention. Oh my god, InZaNe not paying attention either. Now burrowing here, right? The recall has been big. Oh my god, so many workers getting killed off there, and ArT just is sticking to 2 kills here in total, but 12 workers going down there. Now, to be fair, I mean, we've seen another game today where there was a big Widow Mine drop on 12 probes, and in the end, it didn't even matter. It didn't do anything, ultimately, because that was the game Cure versus Stats, and I don't know what's happening there, but Stats is just on fire with team leagues, apparently. He just doesn't lose. Anyway, this time around, though, is it going to be the same type of story? It's going to come down to ArT. If he has watched that series, maybe he's going to decide. But you know what? He just went for glaives instead. So maybe he does want to just end this a little bit more quickly. So what we saw Stats doing was a lot more relaxed and casual, in a way where he just kind of tried to macro up as much as possible. Keep himself safe, keep his army afloat, right? Make sure that he had enough to break any type of attack coming in. And then slowly but surely making himself the High Templar, stuff like this. And then ultimately, he just transitions into, I believe it was like triple Stargates in his main base with a fleet beacon. And just making a whole lot of carriers there. Of course, as well, grabbing those upgrades for the carriers too. The weapon upgrades, very important. Oh my god, Mr. Observer. Ah, unfortunate. Does bite the dust here. Stim and Combat Shield about to be ready up. I'm not sure if InZaNe is actually going to be pushing out at that exact time. Might be waiting here a little bit longer. Might just try to have the fight when he does have that +1. Oh, interesting. Interesting medevac movement. Maybe he's just cautious that something might be coming his way. Once again, I mean, a couple of War Prisms have been used so far in this game. Even this specific one, right? We did see the War Prism coming through into that natural base mineral line. The Observers seeing absolutely everything here, moving out. Let's take a look at the army supply once again. That is rather high right now for our Terran player. Oh, the Adepts don't want to go into this location right here, right now. Pretty reasonable force fields. Oh, not catching as many as I thought he would. Little gap there on the right still. Slightly unfortunate, but yeah, ArT, I mean, he should have enough here, I'd say, to safeguard this location. Doesn't commit once again. Probably the right choice. Still a scary amount of Marines, Marauders here with the medevac support to heal them up. ArT is just waiting for that siege tank to unburrow again, and then he might try to pounce on them. Or maybe even the bioforces to maneuver away from that siege tank line a little bit more so. As ArT did manage to get a single adapt here to slow down the production of that third base for InZaNe. And InZaNe, you know what? Instead of fixing that situation, he's like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign that we're not supposed to have a third base. Maybe we should just stick on the 2 base. Here we go, a big attack. I mean, adapts are pretty good against workers, but what about workers with a gazillion marines behind it as well? And the siege tank and widow mines. Alright, here we go. The big engagement. ArT sees the probes, well, the SCVs here now, sees that the probes have to be pulled away from this base. He cannot keep this alive now. Needs another warp in or 2, perhaps. Alright, in he goes. Needs to take down as many of these workers as he can, as they are moving forward. The siege tank, though, being maneuvered really nicely, making use of the medevac. And oh my dear lord, guys, this might be it. ArT moving backwards a little bit desperately. Those adapts, they are cancelling that shade once again, buying more time here. Keeping InZaNe a little bit cautious. More workers did go down with the War Prism here. So, I mean, it does appear like, oh my dear lord, a lot of the production now also gonna get halted here from ArT. There's also supply blocks. That is not a good sign. Needs, well, he has 4 pylons on the way though. Should be able to start making pretty soon again. InZaNe needs to hurry this up. The longer this takes, the worse it's going to be for him. Although the concave is pretty baller for him now. It looks pretty good. It's going to be very rough here for ArT. ArT even recalling some of his forces. A single War Prism might be very useful actually to micro a little bit here. He, again, tries to make himself a... Oh my god, he just shot his own cannon. I don't know if that was on purpose. Alright, in he comes. This is another dead Nexus. Is ArT actually going to try to commit here? The probes are being pulled to the Widow Mines. The Widow Mines firing at a lot of his own units. Is it going to be enough though? The Adepts are all gone here now, and the Stalkers are not plentiful enough. And ArT has to tap out here. Oh, that was a rough one. InZaNe taking another victory on the board here. That puts him at a 3-1 lead now. That is very, very unfortunate. Nightshade will be the next choice here by ArT. And ArT, I mean, maybe it's just a bad day for him. Maybe InZaNe just has his number. Even without the proxy here, guys, InZaNe did slap down ArT rather convincingly. And, alright, I mean, okay. Looks like InZaNe once again pretty ready. ArT is as well. Let's just continue onwards, guys. Why should we delay when the game can be on the way? What's up, Enki? How are you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a good time watching some StarCraft 2. InZaNe versus ArT. You know what? I really hope ArT brings this back around. I really do. As I said before, I am a big ArT fan. I am a loud and proud ArT fan, even though I am the Terran player here. I am a traitor to my race. I don't care. Wait, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so in the top left side of the map, we have a pink Polish Protoss. 2 games behind right now. Cannot let 2 more games fall into the victory of his opponent here. He is from Alpha X, and he is ArT. His opponent in the bottom right, Red Terran. He's from Germany, and he's OP Energies Esports. InZaNe. Doing a pretty darn good job so far. And once again, look at this. The barracks actually in his main base. Doesn't have to resort to any sort of shenanigans here. Once again. The simulator being constructed. Gateway as well. All regular, normal stuff here for ArT. Looks like he will be going for that lovely, ever so lovely play for the quick Nexus here. As we are waiting for this game to kind of pick up some speed. I'm looking at the chat. Enki is here. Canuck is here. It's always nice having my Alpha X brethren joining in. I'm not sure even if Enki is officially part of Alpha X or just does pretty much everything Spanish related casting wise for us. Who knows? He's part of the family now, isn't he? Pretty much anyway. Another simulator. Ah, I know you're here. Yeah, I know you're here, Canuck. That's why I called you out. You better have done the Maturino code. You better do the Maturino code. It's time for you to do something too. Anyway. There we go. The dance will start here. The beautiful dance of Daft the Adept with the Reaper. Looks like the Reaper actually in a bit of trouble. Yeah. A nice attempt with that Reaper mine here. Perhaps keeping the Adept from shooting. ArT looks like he might be willing to do a little bit of aggression here himself. I mean, we are seeing the Twilight Council. This probe here on the middle of the map, I'm not completely sure what it's going to be, right? It's a little bit late for any type of a proxy. But you know what, he might just be looking for a forward pylon here. Perhaps with a gateway there as well. It could very well be the case. Looking around again, checking to see if that wall is up or not. It's not about casting, it's about doing codes. Why do we use Africa TV? That's a good question. We use Africa TV because they sponsor a lot of these events. And you know what, it's always better to have your players being paid instead of not being paid. And that's why we do these events. It's because they are actually, you know, providing a lot of the prize money. We use Twitch as well a lot, but that's why. Yeah, Africa TV helps us out. And we are very, very happy with them, indeed. They help us out with a whole lot of stuff, actually. Whenever we have technical difficulties or something like that as well, they help us out with stuff. They're very nice people. And, I mean, if there's one organization right now, I feel like around the world, maybe Korea specifically as well. Besides Gina Greenwings, I mean, Africa TV, or Africa... just overall, I don't know if it's just called Africa TV all around, or if it's just called Africa. They do a whole lot. Wow, that's unfortunate, isn't it? And do something I probably don't... Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually. Anyway. Lovely bit of banter between the two. Me and Canuck. Another great caster from Alpha X, if you are not aware. Jumping out and in this bunker. If he can get on top of that SCV, that would be absolutely lovely. Trying to take it out before too much of it has been produced. Not losing a single stalker just yet, and there is the bunker being completed. Now that is going to be able to be repaired, making life very difficult here for ArT, who is still looking to be aggressive with this. We're not seeing any more real units being constructed. Jumping on top of the siege tank, that's a good pick of. The auto turret was a good attempt at keeping the peace here, but you know what, this is a very, very difficult situation now, so far away from that safety of that bunker. Stim, look at how far Stim is from finishing up here. I think ArT may have very well done it and brought back this entire series back to a point where, you know what, it's almost a tie again. It's one game away from a tie. I don't know how you bring that back from there, but I don't know what I'm saying either anymore. Anyway, that's some pretty good stuff. Well done, Mr. ArT. Exactly. Well, I mean, that was some crazy stuff, guys. I mean, that's a lot of damage. ArT gonna be able to secure himself to a base behind us as well. And InZaNe, I mean, his stim pack still nowhere near completing. Losing another, not losing another. I mean, oh my god, really? Really? Why does this never happen in my games? Honestly. Just picking off another Marine there instead. This siege tank needs to be repaired. It needs to be repaired right now. Okay, so the observer does get picked off, so no longer can ArT just walk around freely inside of the base of InZaNe and blink in and out. So he kind of stims the bleeding that way, right? Keeps himself a little bit more safe. Finally does repair that siege tank here as well. Bit indecisive here for InZaNe what he wants to do with his add-ons, it appears. I just want to keep making those siege tanks for now. He's unaware of that third base though. He must assume that something like that is there. Would be kind of odd for ArT not to have one, of course. Let's take a look. Overall, 12 workers killed right here. Pylon over there still available. Another observer has been put on the field in the location, but it looks like InZaNe is aware, I think. You know what? No, he's not. He really isn't. ArT attempting to shoot down a medevac there, but InZaNe on the ball, jumping on top of the opportunity. Realizing that I was a little bit off that the Protoss did jump right on top of that opportunity as soon as it presented itself. So you realize that there must be some sort of a observer anywhere near. And does take it out immediately. Now with Colossi here, this might be very, very difficult. They do have extended thermal lance, and here we go. This, oh my dear lord, those siege tanks are in trouble. Need to get on top of the high ground. Alright, sieging up here right now. And I'm not sure if I want to see ArT trying to break this one. I think just containing his opponent here is more than enough, but you know what? I'm going to leave the decision making to the Polish Protoss here, as he is, of course, the much better player. Alright, in he goes. The Colossi do manage to break the siege tanks here, and alright, GG is called. Never mind, guys. Absolutely amazing stuff. ArT brings back the series almost to a tie again. One game away from making it a 3-3 so far. And of course we need well, the first player to the 5 victories will be the victor overall. That means that with a 3-2 we are going into game number 5. So there's still 3 maps remaining. There's still 3 maps remaining to choose from here. And it's going to be Zen. Zen will be the map choice for InZaNe. Who we might be starting to call InZen. Just to be a little bit silly here. Alright. Blamo. InZaNe is ready. ArT is ready. Here we go. Booting it up. Alright, everybody, of course. Events like these, they wouldn't be possible without our sponsors such as, well, Africa TV, first of all. Of course, as well, 24-hour fitness, for example. They provide wonderful fitness to everybody in need of any type of fitness. They will help you achieve your fitness goals, and they have plenty of locations to help you do so. And as the name implies, are open 24 hours a day. So they are fully equipped with weights, cardio machines, studio classes, so all sorts of different classes for you to sign up for. And, well, some awesome personal trainers as well. So go check them out, guys. 24-hour fitness is the place to be for us nerds to try to be a little bit less nerdy. At least in the physical appearance type of sense. Right? We don't want to be part of the bad rap, maybe, that nerds got at a certain point in the world, right? It's time to move onwards. Nerds rule the world now. Look at Silicon Valley. Look at, I don't know, all the boys, all the statistic boys. More than enough nerds in high positions here. Anyway, did we do introductions? I don't think we did. In the top right, German Terran player. He is InZaNe. Bottom left, the pink Polish Protoss. He's ArT. ArT-Warty. Very quickly becoming one of my more favorite Protoss players. More and more so every day. Would love to see him take another game off of InZaNe here. I mean, if we get to game number 9, that would be quite something else. InZaNe is going to go for the scout and a command center here. As ArT is just so far prepping himself for that, the Nexus as well. So both players still feeling very comfortable in the macro game here, it seems. Wanted to zoom in on that probe, but of course it's impossible on that side view there. Oh, the probe manages to be hidden from that Reaper. Look at that. That is such a clutch hide. That is absolutely crazy. Alright, so here comes the probe. We're going to be able to see, like, oh, yep, okay, you're making a command center. Yeah, it's nice. So there's not like 2 barracks just waiting to make bunkers anytime soon. Coming in here as well. Seeing that there, in fact, is a factory that is solo producing something and the barracks is producing marines. So he knows that, you know what, it's not going to be a crazy amount of Hellions. Not going to be a crazy amount of marines, but we are seeing a starport here on the opposite side. You know what, I'm feeling that these two will switch right now. There we go. Okay. So yeah, it looks like it will be the Hellion drop here. 2 more Hellions. Well, I mean, he doesn't have the money, but he will pretty soon. There we go. Reaper coming in as well. Oh, the probe's almost managing to get us around there, actually. And this is just a little bit awkward. Right, does manage to catch him there. Very good stuff. Now, the Phoenix is pretty good at trying to help out with all sorts of harassment situations, of course, but he needs to be aware. He needs to spot the situation coming in. Now, he sees these Hellions, and this is the perfect situation for ArT. He needs to stay on top of them, though. Doesn't want to lose sight of them. Needs to stay on top of them. Might as well try to keep moving with them here. And a second Phoenix joining in as well. He's looking for that medevac, any type of medevac that might be able to make its appearance. But oh my god, it's actually a Banshee. Okay, well, I was not prepared for this one, guys. It's gonna be a Banshee play instead. Very often you see these Hellions in, well, with a proxied starport to make use of the medevac being a little bit quicker in this situation. And then getting those Hellions into the main base of an unsuspecting Protoss. A little bit more quickly rather than, you know, what is normally possible with a starport being on the other side of the map here. Now the Phoenixes are going to be able to intercept these Hellions, but I mean the Banshees though, I mean he's waiting for 2 Banshees, I suppose. There's no shield batteries. It's not a complete need to, but I guess he's just wanting to play it safe. I mean, a couple of times already in this series he did send out the singular Banshee. And it wasn't really capable of doing anything, right? Because of the shield battery. So this time around, he's waiting for Cloak. Probably also because he knows that there's Phoenixes out on the map. So this is actually, you know, the more I think about it, the better it is for InZaNe. I like this decision making. And okay, here it is, the 2 Banshees now. This should be the moment where he does start to move in. He's making more Banshees behind this as well, guys. He's not done making Banshees. No, sir. No, sir, indeed. Alright, in he comes. I don't think ArT is aware whatsoever. Does he have anything to spot with? He does have an observer here, but the shield battery is, well, a little bit useless here. As we said, 2 Banshees right in your face are going to be able to deal quite a bit of damage so far. 8 workers going to go down, and you know what? That counter is going to keep ticking up here. There's no shield battery in the natural, so you know what, might as well sack this Banshee here. And wow, 15 workers. That is a good amount. I know that he did lose the 2 Banshees. He did lose all the Hellions as well. So overall, resources lost, not that greatly in favor. But I think that was a pretty good amount of damage. But then again, I look at the overall worker count, and I'd say that is still pretty solid for ArT here. More workers are going to go down, but that's only... What was that? 3 more workers? Wait, what's that? I forgot to count. Anyway. I don't know. I still feel pretty solid here for ArT. This follow-up attack, though, might be the most worrisome thing. Extended thermal lance is not yet on the field, and a lot of times we did see ArT go down to these quick early 2-base attacks. And now especially, I'm afraid, because he doesn't, of course, have well, as much army supply on the ground here. He has a lot of it stuck in those Phoenixes. They are going to maybe be able to pick up a couple of those siege tanks and help out in that situation. But it's still going to be very difficult. There's only a single siege tank here for them to help out against. The rest of it is Marines. So I suppose as soon as Thermal Lance is done, we might be able to see quite a bit more happening here for ArT. Who is looking for a good way to hold off against this push. InZaNe is wiggling his way through the mineral patch here. Okay, 2 Colossi now on the field, getting ready to attack. He doesn't have extended thermal lance just yet. It's almost ready. So the Marines are going to be able to get on top of the Colossi, but I'm not even sure if it matters here. Right, it's done now and absolutely demolishes this attack. Absolutely demolishes this. Yeah, okay. Started to doubt myself there for a moment, and GG is called. Very well played there by ArT. I mean, he did take quite a bit of damage with those Banshees, but you know what? He didn't take any damage from the Hellions, and apparently he was still in a pretty good spot overall. I'm not sure if InZaNe kind of stopped making SCVs there for a moment. It kind of feels that way to me, because overall the work account, we can kind of take a look actually, of course. Worker count here. Well, maybe a short brief moment in time that way he did stop producing works and then started up again. That was game number 5, right? So there should be Simulacrum and... Wait, was that game number 6? I think it was game number 6, right? It was game number 6, yeah. I thought that was 2 more maps. I'm a little bit crazy. We played Zen, we played World of Sleepers, we played Ephemeron, we played Triton, we played what's it called? Eternal Empire. I think we played most of it, yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you're having a good time so far. Doing some great stuff. And, of course, remember, there is an opportunity to help us out a little bit here if you haven't already. Filled in the Matcherino code. There is above the chat window a lovely website you can go to. It will bring you right here. I'll show you very quickly how to do this. Doesn't cost you a dime. All you need to do is spend a couple of clicks. And clicking is what we StarCraft 2 players do. Twitch, Twitcheruno, sign in with whatever you want actually, it doesn't have to be Twitch, I just like to use Twitch, type in the code, voila, you add money to the prize pool overall, and everybody becomes a very happy pro gamer, especially these two. Okay, I mean, guys, we are looking at a tied up series now then, if I'm not mistaken. Please tell me if I'm mistaken, but yeah, I think it's 3-3 again. In the top left side, the pink Polish Brodos, he's sending out a probe at a weird angle on the map. Maybe he's looking for proxies. And I think he's right to do so, because he did see the... I think he saw the SCV there at least. Anyway, he is ArT. And on the other side, the red German Terran player, he is InZaNe. Patch T, yeah. A lot of the professional Terran players right now did call them... Well, they did join the Patch T clan. I believe Clem is in there as well, Vindicta is in there, Cuddlebear is in there, Euthermal is in there. Who else is in there? I'm pretty sure there's more. I don't want to leave people out, but I probably already did. Oh, I don't think Hero Marine is in there, but... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else would be in there right now. Anyway. We have a a thing happening here, guys. Keeping things excited here. Keeping everything on a knife's edge so far. But, oh my god, it gets spotted. ArT's on the case. Detective ArT sees what's up. And sends the Zealot past the Reaper. Very smart choice. Needs to get on top of this SCV. Cannot allow the bunker to be finished here. SCV RNG seems to be pretty good here so far. And the Reaper trying his best to stay clear of that Zealot. The Zealot. Oh my god, the SCV RNG really working out in InZaNe's favor here. Second bunker is going to get created. The Stalker, though, is going to make this very difficult. A shield battery on top of the low ground. Now, this is all off of one proxy barracks, guys. So, I wouldn't expect too much to happen here. But still, it's a rather difficult thing for ArT to deal with right now. He's just still happily creating probes from both of his nexus here. Nexi. Second Stalker does show up. Ooh, kills off the Marine there. Very nice. And now just kind of tapping away at the bunker whenever he does have the energy for on his shield. Look at that with the shield battery there. Is going to be able to take this one rather easily. Not really taking any damage whatsoever. Putting ArT in a rather nice spot here. So yeah, another starport being constructed in this series. Aren't gonna do without one. Oh, the Reaper's still going. Wow, good job, Mr. Reaper. 2 more probes going down there. Solid shooting of those twin guns on the side. And once again, actually, InZaNe looks like he will be going for the Banshee play. Alright, alright. I mean, I have had my moments of enjoying Banshee versus Protoss. I feel like, you know what, it definitely has its place. And then again, at some point later on, I'm not sure if I like it as much anymore. It's just that most of the openings that Protoss do anyway, right, are already pretty good against Cloaked Banshee. It's like Blink Stalk is great against Cloaked Banshee. What else are they doing? They're doing Phoenixes as well. Why? Well, because they are just very defensive. They do very well against most of the things you can do as a Terran in the early game to ramp up that aggression without much of a investments, right? Widowmines, well, they get countered by Phoenix or Blink. What about the Hellion drop also getting countered by the Phoenixes and the Blink, just because of their mobility and capability of shooting down air units immediately at the same time. You are going to be safe against the, what is it? The Banshee, of course, because again, you have the great anti-air. And now the observers are kind of a part of the builds as well, just so keep yourself safe. Not only to keep yourself safe for potential drops already, right? Because you can see them coming along a lot earlier, but also to kind of scout out what your opponent is doing here. Wow, ArT needs a second. Alright, we'll give him a second. This is crazy. The one game I forget to make myself a referee. The one game I forget to make myself a referee, this happens. Alright. It doesn't matter. The Banshee does get taken out, though. Not too shabby. Not too shabby indeed. And I mean, did he even get cloaked? He did. Oh, that's rough. So once again, getting the investment of that Banshee, not really getting that much out of it. And previously, I mean, he got 15 probe kills with that Banshee. And it didn't really matter. His worker count wasn't that much more significant because of it. He still was in a kind of equal position. Worker-wise, economy-wise. And right now, I mean, he's trying again to come in here. Where is the observer this time around? There it is. Okay. Wow, yeah. Alright. 3 probes in total. At the cost of 2 banshees. That is... that's not good. That's not good. That's not a good trade. Unfortunately for InZaNe here. Yeah, the Banshees, they are always quite a gamble. I mean, if it works amazingly. And if you manage to do damage with it, right, if the Observer is a little bit out of position, it's gonna do amazing. But as I said, it's so difficult to make it work because of these mobile units, such as the Stalkers, such as the Phoenixes, that are getting constructed as the unit choice in the early games here by a lot of Brodals. I mean, alright, that's how you kill Stalkers. Cyclones and a lot of Marauders and Marines here. I mean, once again, we're seeing quite a big attack coming through to base aggression of InZaNe. The army supply is looking rather nice. He only has the 3 tanks though, but yeah, killing off all those Stalks in the middle of the map might actually bring in the victory here. It's gonna come down. I mean, there's not that much buffer anymore for these Colossi. Oh, wants to be careful. Needs some time to siege up here. Alright, there we go. Now, this is a long way to leapfrog forwards. Might want to consider to rotate through the top side, perhaps, to kind of throw his opponent off. Alright, there he goes. Oh, okay. Resieging. Sees that the Protosuit is moving forwards. And again, like, has to unsiege everything. I mean, it's going to take too long if you leapfrog this entire way. Spending a lot of energy on scans here, probably the right thing to do. Needs to make sure that some sort of damage here is gonna be taken by ArT. If not, economically he wants to, well, InZaNe wants to kill off his entire army. Right, here we go, a big engagement happening. The Colossi are shooting a lot at the Marauders, so not as effective. Probably the Colossi do fall here. There's still quite a lot of bio remaining. Disruptor though could turn the tide. No, it misses completely. Siege tank still 1 remaining here as well. I mean, this could be very well it. Oh, Marines, Marauders, and another siege tank here. Coming across the map as well. The Stalkers trying their best to target down the siege tank, but incapable of doing so. And GG. Well, from me anyway. GG from me. Well played there, InZaNe. I don't know, maybe ArT forgot. Who knows? Maybe he was a little bit salty after holding off against those Banshees so incredibly well. And then just having a little bit of a bad engagement there. Not working out for him. Maybe just trying to get down on that ramp there a little bit too quickly. Probably could have bought himself a little bit extra time to get himself maybe 1 extra warp in round. Who knows? Who knows? World of Sleepers will be the map choice here for ArT. And InZaNe. InZaNe on map. Match point, that's the one. Map points, that's not even a thing, Kozan, you silly goose. Alright, anyway. Looks like we are itching to go. InZaNe is ready. Let's see if ArT, okay. Here we go. Match points for InZaNe. Can ArT still do it? Of course, guys, remember, events like these, they would not be possible without great sponsors, and we are very lucky to have those, and one of them is GameStop. GameStop, it's working with top pros from the industry, around the gaming industry overall, to bring you the Pro Training Series, which are basically video, a little bit of video, how do you call it, tutorial-esque videos from pro-level insights, expertise, and such, gonna be all downloaded right into your brain after watching these. It is all sorts of lovely stuff about Fortnite, Overwatch, Call of Duty, PUBG, and even more on the way. So definitely go check them out, guys, at gamestop.com/esports, because they support esports, and well, I mean, they deserve some loving from us as well. That's just what it comes down to. Alright. In the top right side, we have a pink Polish Protoss. He's an absolute beast for the Alpha X team. He is ArT. In the bottom left, we have the red Terran. He is from Germany, and he's from OP Energy Esports. He is InZaNe. Okay. ArT not messing about this time around. Doesn't want to get proxied once again. Checking to see what is what. Sees a pretty early on barracks there. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Nexus also on the way now for ArT, as he does see this pretty regular build here from InZaNe. Wants to try and get the block off, it seems, on the command center. Doesn't really get to do so, unfortunately. So has to retreat home with his tail tucked between its fins. I think. I don't know how you would call this. Maybe it's wings, it stabilizes. Maybe, perhaps, one of those things. Anyway. Protoss anatomy never has been my strong suit. Alright. So yeah, both these players, as we mentioned before, very, very standard things happening here. The Reaper looking around, checking to see if there's any type of a Stargate or any other proxy shenanigans. But so far, InZaNe being the only one going for those proxies. ArT adding in a Stargate, it's just in its own base, you know? He's just doing a relaxed Stargate this time around. It doesn't have to worry and sweat all day because it's scared of Terran units figuring out where it is and shooting it down. Can feel pretty comfortable here in the main base. Okay, safety bunker going up as well. This is something a lot of the Terrans sometimes you see just kind of foregoing, right? Skipping that safety bunker. It's not really something I would recommend too much. It's just a scary thing to do, honestly. Like, so many times you can see just a couple of Stalkers running through, and your early game Marines, they just don't do very much against those. I think this bunker here definitely helps out in those situations. The Oracle, though, of course, very good at just circumventing those bunkers. Is gonna come into the main base. There are two Marines trying to intercept this, but the Widow Mines actually a little bit lackluster, not putting those into a position to hit potential incoming Oracles here. And that is gonna be a little bit of a punishment gonna taking place here from ArT. Who's gonna gun down at least one of them. Wow, alright, very nicely targeting down a Widow Mine here. 2 workers so far. It does fall to the ground though, but I mean, he did see that there were the Widow Mines. He did get the 2 workers. I suppose, you know what, it's very nice to keep that Oracle alive. It is still 150 gas, right? It is still a lot of gas overall, but I mean, I think that's a pretty equal trade overall. Except for that you did have to spend quite a lot of money as well on the Stargate. I'm not sure what else he can get out of the Stargate right now. Maybe a couple of Phoenixes. I mean, we have been seeing InZaNe do a lot of those pushes. So maybe having a couple of Phoenixes to be able to lift up siege tanks might not be the worst idea. Anyway, a drop coming in. It's going to be a single Widow Mine, of course. As his Widow Mine brother did get killed off in battle, of course, as we highlighted earlier. If you didn't see it, you're not paying enough attention. This is an interesting one. Just using the Widow Mine as cover here. Gonna try to just position himself over in this position. And you know what? He does take out a Stalker with it. So, reasonably trading there. It's an okay trade, right? It's not like 12 probes, but still. Not too shabby. Now let's see, InZaNe still executing his build here pretty well, it seems. He's gonna start up that combat shield here, I would assume. There it is. Plus 1 weapon upgrades coming out of InZaNe here as well. And ArT, I don't think he's actually gonna try to attack here whatsoever, but he has Blink. And the Stalkers can force siege ups and stuff like that very nicely. That he can trade out his shield energy, right? It just requires him to be on top of his micro here. And then he can pretty much trade for free. Oh my god, that blink forward was so incredibly greedy. That is a big punishment. Look at that. Trying to take down a medevac and losing about 3 Stalkers for it. It doesn't even kill the medevac there. That is incredibly painful. Yeah, I don't know if that was brave or that was a misclick or just maybe a little bit less smart. It was not the right choice though, that's for sure. Immediately running backwards, realizing his mistake. Still being on top of the map here, forcing out those stims to chase down the army of the Stalkers here. Very good, slowing down the overall attack here. Quite a bit, in fact. And this time InZaNe actually is going to move out without the help of any type of siege tanks. So a lot less splash damage. And those siege tanks, we have to remember, they help out a lot against those Colossus. Although, you know what, the Colossus don't have extended thermal lance just yet. There is a charge for those Zealots though. And the Widowmine, wow, that was a really good connection actually. ArT trying to buy himself a little bit more time. Army supply, look at it though, 83 versus 68 right now. Overall, the work account for ArT is magnificent, but is it gonna matter here? You know what, I think it is. I think he held for now. And once again, we're not seeing a third base follow-up behind this from InZaNe. InZaNe really committed to this. Wants to do damage here. So far, not really being able to find it. So, you know what, going elsewhere to try and find it instead. The main base pretty much wide open here. Except for that ArT. You know what, he smells what's up. He's coming across. Wait, oh my god, did he actually load up everything right underneath that observer? He must have, right? He must have. ArT in a great position. Look at this. He's waiting for those medevacs to come in to commit. And jumping in underneath, targeting them down. Denying any type of retreat here. But you know what? The bio forces, of course, still very strong. The Zealots need to pass by. Please, Mr. Stalkers, give a little bit of room to these, to your colleagues here. And InZaNe trying to do a aggressive maneuver here on the other side of the map at the same time. Trying to make it still work out into his favor. Reasonable Widowmines, but needs to find more damage still. No economic damage really being taken here by ArT. And finally we're seeing InZaNe taking that third base here. Overall, I mean, look at the army supply this time around. Now ArT in a pretty significant lead. 15 works ahead as well. If we take a look at the income graph at overall, it's pretty clear that ArT has been the one in the lead right now. So, you know what, guys? It looks like we might actually be able to get ourselves into a game number 9 here. Potentially. If this keeps going like this. InZaNe can still get a great engagement, of course. Especially with those Ghosts on the way. Ghosts, a magnificent force against the Protoss. If ArT doesn't stay spread out a little bit, doesn't get the concave as he needs to, get EMP'd into smithereens, that might still break his back. Especially with those Vikings as hard to support to take out those Colossi. Fourth base for ArT here. Gonna start mining pretty soon. Upgrade wise as well. InZaNe will be starting to fall behind a little bit here. He does have the armory, right? Right? No, he doesn't. Oh my dear lord. Alright. That's gonna be rough. That weapon upgrade and armor upgrade is just ticking away for ArT here. He's gonna get quite a significant lead. And that might spell trouble for InZaNe in the later parts of this game. Might put InZaNe on the clock actually here a little bit. Try to take a little bit of a more favorable fight than the previous one. With these Vikings numbers and the ghosts here as well. There's no storm yet. I mean, this would be a good moment for him to strike. It really would be. There's only 2 Colossus out. There's 2, well, no, there's, yeah, 2 Archons. 1 Disruptor only. This would be the time. If he ever wants to break ArT, this would be it. I'm looking at the army supply and I'm wondering, alright, there we go. Now it's making pretty clear why this is kind of equal. Reasonable first connection with the Disruptor. A lot of SCVs being pulled here as well. But not that much AoE damage remaining here for ArT as the Vikings are landing. The Colossi didn't have a chance here. Great force fields though. What about the EMPs? EMPs now finally landing here as well. And it looks like InZaNe might actually be able to break ArT. But a Disruptor shot. Absolutely massive there. Might be able to turn this around one just yet. Probes also being pulled. Oh my god, this is getting close. Oh, it looks like it is just barely turning into the favor for InZaNe though. 17 probes being lost, 18 workers. And you know what? You know what? InZaNe, I mean, he has to move backwards, needs to use that energy on his Medivacs. He still has quite a bit, so he can heal up and try to just keep kiting the army of ArT here a little while longer. ArT can use those 2 Disruptors though at the same time to force the army to move backwards here. Buy himself more time to get more warp-ins. Oh, 2 Marauders getting picked off there. That is pretty huge as well. Pretty nice Disruptor hit. 2 Archons joining in. Those units now being battered up quite heavily. InZaNe, can he still do it? It's getting rather close. ArT now sending out Dark Templar as well again. ArT really enjoying these later parts of the game. Dark Templar, just mixing them in later on. It's a great extent as well. Oh, InZaNe aware, catches it. A keen eye, spotting those Dark Templar. And maneuvering himself into a position where he can intercept the other Dark Templar that he did spot there as well. Does he see it? Yeah, he does. Good stuff there. Completely aware of what is happening. Aware of his surroundings. Expecting the unexpected here. Except for this 4th base. Oh no, wait, he does know about that 4th base. Oof. Oof, that's got a sting in your mentality here as InZaNe. Upgrade wise, I mean, it's 2-2 versus 1-1. I definitely do imagine that 2-2 upgrade versus the 1-1 definitely working out in favor there for ArT, being quite a big thing in the previous engagement. As we saw, it got so incredibly close. The Gateway Force is truly carrying ArT there just barely into a victory of that one engagement. Oh, Blinkstock's jumping underneath the Liberators. Need to target down the other one as well. It's getting rough though to target it down. He's really trying. Okay, gets it. Disruptor shot not really getting them hit he wanted though, I believe. But you know what? It looks like ArT is going to be able to thwart back this attack with more reinforcements actually coming in here. I mean, as long as ArT stays out of these Liberator zones, I think he's going to be okay, but Liberator zones are inching forwards, making it very difficult because this Nexus, of course, is going to get targeted if ArT doesn't commit into the Liberator zones. Beautiful targeting happening here from InZaNe, but his army is dwindling. It's getting lower and lower. Coming on through once again, killing off a pylon here. Massive Disruptor hit there. That's a lot of dead Terran units exploding in one single shot. ArT. I don't know if that was like a manner shot at his own Nexus, so just a little bit of a misclick. Probably just a little bit of a misclick here. And you know what, guys? Another great shot from the Disruptor. The GG is called. InZaNe has to tap out. It's 4-4, guys. We're going into game number 9. Look at that. Game number 9 on the way here. And, well, there's not much more you can ask for in a best of 9, I have to say. We've had a lot of stuff happening here. We've had all sorts of cheese. We've had all sorts of macro. Not the incredibly late games just yet, where both players are just kind of playing it slow and steady, trying not to kill each other off as quickly as possible. Maybe those aren't really happening yet, but other than that, I mean, yep. This is gonna be it. The final chapter of tonight's series, guys. No matter what happens, this is going to be the deciding match. Unless if it's a draw. What happens if it's a draw? What happens? I think we're gonna have to do another game. That's the only way. Who decides what map we will be playing? I'll let Canuck decide. I'll let Captain Canuck decide. Eternal as the final map choice here from InZaNe. Let's see. I mean, it could happen. A draw, that is the one thing we have not seen yet in this series, I suppose. Let's see if it will happen this time around. Lobby. Both players are ready. Okay, guys. Hopping into the final game here of tonight. And I'll do one final shout out for our sponsors, because you know what? They are great people helping us out. 24-hour fitness. If you don't find yourself finding any motivation to really hit the gym or help yourself out with some lovely fitness until late at night, well, 24-hour fitness has your back. It's open pretty much whenever you need it, and they are ready to help out, of course. We all highly recommend 24-hour fitness, of course. There's 436 locations nationwide, which all operate under that rule of 24 hours a day. And yeah, you can access with a membership at any time, any day, to all locations or just a single location near you. Receive yourself a free fit plan by taking a friend with you as well. Studio classes are a thing there. Pools, cardio equipments, everything you need, and it's all included with your membership. Anyway, alright, final game time. Final game time. It's a 4-4. Oh my god. 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 That's a rough one. That's a rough one. Introductions. ArT. InZaNe. You're welcome. Alright. Let's watch this. Da-da. Da-da. The probes encircling the barracks like sharks. This has to be a cancel. You can't let us finish. Having to remake the barracks here, that's quite a big deal. I mean, this is going to put the entire build off by quite a bit. It's going to... You know what? The Reaper's going to be delayed. That means this command center is going to be delayed. This means everything is just delayed from this point onwards. I suppose ArT is a little bit delayed too, but less so because he didn't invest into a gateway on the other side of the map. Of course, it does get cancelled here, ultimately, but... Oh my god. Oh, yes. The Brawling Probe coming at you. It's quite brave, actually, putting down a command center with this low HP SCV. Oh, please, please, ArT, please, please. Yes! Yes! Catch that SCV. Not really managing to do so, unfortunately. But yeah, look at that. Even more delay here on that command center. And that's a very solid start here for ArT. And we continue onwards to a little bit more of a regular game, it seems. Where ArT just has a slight advantage. Nothing to immediately say that InZaNe has lost yet, though. That's very important. This might give him other opportunities, though. Of course, with the barracks delayed and all the other tech delayed, maybe ArT is gonna find himself an opportunity somewhere to take a quick shot at his opponent here and come in with units before his opponent actually has the time to really prep for those pushes. Killing off a probe there. Not too shabby, not too shabby. That's 1 for 1 now. And the Adept coming on in is going to be able to actually offer a Marine and an SCV. Some good stuff. That's pretty good too. Even getting the Scout. What did he see actually in total? I think he saw everything, didn't he? Oh my god, if he gets the Reaper. Okay, he doesn't get the Reaper. But yeah, he saw the Star Pool. I believe he saw the Star. He must have, right? He must have. Yeah, he did. He did see everything. Okay. Okay. Okay, all you ArT fans out there, it's time to get a little bit stoked here. InZaNe fans, it's time to get a little bit worried. It's time to get a little bit anxious. And pray to the Terran gods that your player here is still gonna find some sort of a way to make a comeback happen, to find some sort of economic damage. And you know what, this is a good start. A Hellion and a Reaper in the main base here are gonna be able to take down a couple of those units. They are gonna get a full scout as well. They see the Twilight Council with the Chrono Boost, but they do lose their life because of it. Now he did see these gateways and the robotics facility, of course, as well. So yeah, he should be aware of what is coming his way overall. It is, of course, the Blink upgrade, before I forget to mention that. Which, once again, we've mentioned this before, is pretty darn good against those Cloak Banshees, which, again, is going to be the choice of InZaNe here. And off it goes. So a lot riding on the shoulders of this Banshee. Needs to make something happen here. Might be a little bit desperate to try and make something happen. Now ArT, he doesn't have shield batteries yet, right? So that's a good thing. It's pretty solid. Those Stalkers. Where are the Observers? That's another, yeah, very important. Oh my god, it's right here. Oh, that's not good. So it's basically like this Banshee doesn't even have Cloak. It's basically what's happening here. Observer, yep, okay, there he goes. Chasing the Banshee right now. It's a little bit slower, but the Banshee stops and, yeah, gets, oh my god. Oh, that is painful. That is not a pleasant surprise there for InZaNe. He's now just gonna have to scramble up. I think he's just gonna go for a big 2-base attack here. I don't think much else can be accomplished for him by trying to go into the late game, unfortunately. So yeah, he's making the siege tanks. He's making the bio. Let's take a look. He doesn't have an engineering bay yet, so he's not going to go for the +1 attack, which, you know what? Ish. It might just be something to kind of mitigate the initial losses that he took already. Why is there an extra attack lab here? It must be for the starport. Alright. That's a lot of gateways. That is a lot of gateways.
Game paused.
Oh. Hey. Okay. Sec. I hope he's okay. I mean, I'm a bit worried, guys, here for InZaNe. The monitor keeps disconnecting. Yeah, that's rough. Alright, let's let him check the cables, guys. Let's not have this...
Game resumed.
Alright, here we go. Continuing onwards. Let's hope that doesn't happen again for him. Not like this. Look at all those gateways. Oh my god, that's so many gateways. That is so defensive. He's gonna be so okay against anything that comes his way anytime soon of a 2-base attack. InZaNe. He's making a 3rd base. He's making an actual 3rd base, guys. What in the world? Now we've seen it all. Now all the apples have fallen out of the tree. I swear, guys, this will, in fact... Wait, this is awkward. I swear we're gonna have a draw here, guys. I promise you, it's gonna happen. Somehow, some way. I really like this, stimming it with just a couple of his units. I never do that. I really should start doing that type of stuff as well. It's gonna be so much better when I do stuff like this. But then again, I mean, it's not like InZaNe is in a better position right now just because he's making the third base. It's still a very tricky one. It's probably the right choice overall because ArT is he's just ready for anything that would come his way off of the 2 base. That's the problem here. He's not taking any chances. And yeah, that just means that InZaNe has got to carry this game onwards to a later part of the map. Or the later part of the game, where you might be able to make something happen, find some opportunity still. Warp Prism lurking on the edge here, just above the crevasse. Waiting. Luckily a friendly factory is on patrol there, scouting out for any evildoers. The friendly factory. Let's call him Frank. Factory Frank. He needs a hard hat as well. Anyway, I'm going crazy here, guys. Anyway, continuing onwards with actual commentary. We have a reasonable force of ArT moving outwards here. Checking to see if they can get anything done. I don't think they will be able to. You know what, I've said that before. And ArT has proven me wrong. The Disruptor is here. Perhaps the Disruptor is going to be able to just blow up all these Marauders. And then, you know what, I think then this might look pretty darn favorable for him. Adding in Archon now as well. Oh, a single Archon, I should say. Oh, this is awkward. Bit of a miss rally here by those Marauders. The Zealots are all behind the other gateway units as well. Oh. Oh, what's this? Uh-oh. 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 Oh, God. Alright, here we go. Big action happening everywhere, guys. I'm not sure what to make of this. A lot of SCVs are dead now. Zealots digging their graves as we speak. But then not really digging a grave, more so just making them wish they had a grave to lay into. To pretend they were dead, because the Zealots, they're killing them now. Because they realize they're not dead. Dark Shrine on the way again here. ArT really enjoying himself some Dark Templars. More stuff happening in the middle. I don't think ArT really wants to push into his opponents here. I do believe that he just is trying to contain his opponent. He's never really committing to very much of anything, right? He just kind of postured over here, trying to provide with the Warp Prism and maybe a little bit of an opportunity, but never overextending too much into these types of engagements. You know what, as I'm saying that though, he's pushing forwards. Here we go, a big engagement happening immediately. Most of the siege tanks are gonna fall here. But once again, ArT has to push away from this location. He just doesn't have the forces to really kill off InZaNe here. And now he might get punished by this double drop here. The double drop, does it see the High Templar? It doesn't see the High Templar. Does it see the mineral line on the third base? It does. That's where it's going to go. Those High Templar are the luckiest High Templar alive right now. Big recall being forced. High Templar are still there. Okay, and we're good. That's got to sting though. That's got to really sting. I don't think InZaNe really expected a fourth base, let alone a fifth base. That is He's got to be rubbing his eyes right now, just thinking about all of the bases that he didn't really expect here. Now this engagement, I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan for InZaNe to be pushing out either, but perhaps he doesn't really have a choice anymore. Perhaps he doesn't feel like he has one. I mean, being very defensive as a Terran sometimes is the right choice. ArT cannot grow that much bigger as he is right now, right? He's already on max supply. Might just be the best thing for InZaNe to try and get max supply too. Off of his defensive positioning. Making use of his buildings, making use of his siege tanks. Already in siege mode. Re-spread out units of the Terran army. Might be the way to go, but he's still very, very aggressively positioning himself here. You know what? I'm hoping it's gonna be okay for him. Oh my god! Oh, ArT, you dirty dog! Trying to come in with the disruptor from the side there. The War Prism is gonna get targeted down though. It looks like a lot of the units from ArT are just stampeding over the Terran forces. Massive disruptor shots everywhere, left, right, and center. And that's gonna be all she wrote, guys. InZaNe, he's gonna have to tap out. GG is called. ArT taking the entire series back from the clutches of defeat. Falling behind 2 games there, ultimately, guys, but still managing to find his way to tie up the series. Falling behind 1 more game, and then just beating back the Terran onslaught there from InZaNe. What a show from ArT. Absolutely amazing, being able to take the victory there, and that means that was a lovely, lovely time for him. ArT, it looks like immediately says, okay, bye, and he's out of here. What a guy, what a guy. Just all business. All business, that man. Anyway, great games today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. We had a lovely couple of games as well earlier today. If you haven't seen that, if you haven't had your fill of Kozan casting StarCraft 2, go check out that VOD. And I hope you will have a good time with that one. And if you haven't, I'm sure we will be having more in the future as well. If you don't feel like watching a VOD, that's so cool. That's all right. Anyway, what else? What else? Am I supposed to say anything here? I don't think so. I've been Kozan. Maybe that's something good to say. I'm really Kozan. This is my Twitter. It's my Twitch too. If you wanna hit me up there. I'm not on my own Twitch as much, probably more so on the Alpha X stuff, because there's actual stuff happening there, and well, maybe my Twitter, you know. If you want to stay in touch and know what I'm up to, that's the place to be. That's the place to be. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to ArT. Thank you so much to InZaNe as well, of course. A wonderful show, a wonderful couple of games. And we hope to be seeing more of him in the future, of course. He is very busy with his exams right now, is what he said. So, you know what, it's understandable that he doesn't have as much time to be playing the game. But still, he showed quite a great couple of games and managing to make this series very, very close with pretty much one of the better players from the Alpha X roster, guys. ArT is insane. And you know what, InZaNe went toe-to-toe with him. And really gave ArT a bloody nose here and there. Alright. One more time, guys. Hope you had a good one. And if not, go have a good one then. Alright. Bye-bye.